Good morning, friends. Today is Friday, May 8th, 2020. Let's hear you say it. Ready? 2020. Good. All right, we're going to start off this morning with our sight words, followed by our graphing review, and then moving back into fractions. And then we will finish with our Henry Mudge story. All right. So let's read our sight words. Remember, as I hold them up, I want you to say them before I do. All right. You should know these. You've been working on them all year. Here we go. Like, the, 5, 4, his, was, in, and, 3, see, 1, at, of, 2, it, am, on, we, I, so, and up. Good. All right, stand up. Shake it out a little bit. We got some more. All right, here we go. Our next ones are red, now, me, and, she, hot, you, up, if, yellow, can, what, my, and has. Good. Not done yet. Again, stand up, shake it out, jump around for a minute. All right, your brain is working. Here we go. As, did, brown, white, come, is, with, blue, not, to, had, green, and are. Good. Let's get to our fourth quarter ones. All right. You got this. All right. Kiss your brain so far. Good. Here we go. Them, help, down, man, look, ran, bed, here, off, yes, hour, or out, do, got, eat, say, hour, take, there, day, have, and set. Whew. Good job. You guys can give a little razzle dazzle. Nice job, guys. All right. Now we are going to take a look at our graph. In your math today, you have a graph that we did a couple weeks ago, and I want you to remember some of the things we learned about graphs. So we're going to take a look at this one, and just by looking at it, can you tell me some things about this graph? Just by using your eyes. Good. Who can tell me the title? Yes. What is your favorite food? Yes. And who can see the different choices for your favorite foods? Can you read them? Salad, sandwich, hamburger, pasta, and pizza. Do you guys remember what these votes were for the bottom, these numbers on the bottom? Yeah, they represent how many people voted for that item. So looking at our salad, how many people liked salad for their favorite food? 1. How many people liked sandwiches? 2. How many liked hamburgers? Good. Look down at the bottom. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many liked pasta? 3. And how many liked pizza? Good. All the way to the bottom. 7. All right. Now, looking at this again, can you tell me which one had the most votes? Good. The blue one, the pizza. Which one had the least votes? Remember, least means the smallest. Salad. Salad had the least votes. Good. Can you tell me which one only had 3 votes? Good. You're reading your graph. You're seeing that pasta only had 3. Good. What else can you tell me by looking at this graph? You can tell me that there were more votes for hamburgers than sandwiches. Yeah. You can also tell me that pasta had more than salad. Good. And you can tell me that there were 1 more sandwich than salads, just by using your graph and using the information that you've learned. Nice job, guys. All right, now let's take a look at our fractions. These are what we worked on yesterday. We were talking about having a whole cut into equal parts or fair shares. Remember, cutting a pizza into 2 slices would be halves. Cutting it into 3 slices would be thirds, and cutting it into 4 equal shares would be fourths. Good. I drew a bunch of shapes on top and I divided them into equal shares already. So I want you to help me by telling me, are they halves, thirds, or fourths? All right. What about this one? It has 2 equal parts. Halves. Good. Good job. What about this one? It has 1, 2 equal parts. Halves. Good job. This one has 1, 2, 3 equal shares or equal parts. Good. That is thirds. Nice. Let's look at this one. It has 1, 2 equal shares. Good. Halves. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4 equal shares. Good. Fourths. Nice job. This one has 4 also. Fourths. Nice job. Oh, different shape but same pieces. There's 4 equal shares, 4 equal pieces. Fourths. Ooh. This one has 3. It is thirds. Good. Stars are getting kind of crazy. And our last one is divided into 4 equal shares, 4 parts. Fourths. Good job. You guys have gotten really good at telling the difference between halves, thirds, and fourths. All right. Now we are going to read our next chapter in our Henry Mudge story and then get ready for our Zoom meeting that we're going to have today. All right. Can you guys remember what happened yesterday when we read our story? Yes. Mudge ate the flower. And what was the flower called? A snow glory, I believe. A snow glory. All right. Yeah, see how pretty that was? And it's in Mudge's belly now. Silly dog. Okay. This one, chapter 2, is called Puddle Trouble. Here we go. In April, it rained day after day after day. Look at all those raindrops. Henry was getting bored. Mudge was chewing up everything in his house. So Henry said, "Let's play outside anyways." He put on his raincoat and sneakers and went outside with Mudge. Henry forgot to ask his father if it was all right. Ooh. So what do you think's going to happen? Yeah. Henry and Mudge were getting bored. They were inside all day. Henry goes, let's go outside and play anyways. But he didn't ask for permission. You're right, he didn't. When Mudge stepped into the wet grass, he lifted up his paws and shook them. Too bad you don't have sneakers, Henry said, and he walked in a circle around Mudge. Squish, squash, squish, squash. Ooh, do you remember what those are called when they're sound words? Like boom or zap or squish, squash? They're called onomatopoeias. Good job. That was from like the beginning of the year. Mudge listened and looked at Henry. Then he got closer to Henry and wagged his tail and shook the water from his big, wet, furry body all over Henry. Henry wiped the water from his face. "Aw, Mudge," he said. Do you remember when Mudge did that to Henry before? What were they doing before? Remember, yeah, Henry was giving Mudge a bath, and he shook just like that all over Henry. The two of them went walking, and down the road they found a big puddle. A giant puddle, a lake-sized puddle, an ocean-sized puddle. And Henry said, "Wow." That is a very giant puddle. Huge and giant and massive. They're all synonyms. They mean the same. Oh my gosh. Look at what they're doing. He started running and Mudge got there first and splash! Muddy water went all over Mudge. Splash! Muddy water went all over Henry. It was the biggest, deepest puddle they have ever seen, and they loved it. Gosh, I would love to jump in a puddle like that. It's like a swimming pool. When Henry's father called for Henry, he didn't find him. He went outside and he looked down the road. Splash! He heard. He put on his raincoat and went walking. Oh no. Look at Henry's dad. Look at his body language. Look with your eyes. What do you think, or how do you think he's feeling? Nervous, frightened, angry? Yeah, he doesn't know where his little boy and dog are. Splash! Henry's father saw Mudge with a muddy face and a muddy tail and mud all the way in between. Uh-oh. His father saw him all muddy. So if he saw Mudge, he probably thought Henry was close by too. Henry's father saw Henry with a muddy face and muddy sneakers and mud all the way in between. And he yelled, "Henry, no more splashes! Just a boy and his dog, or just a boy and a dog dripping." "Hi, Dad," Henry said, with a little smile. Mudge wagged his tail. "Henry, you know you should have asked me before you went outside," Henry's father said. "I know," said Henry. Oh no, you should never go outside without asking. "I am surprised at you," Henry's father said. "I am sorry," said Henry. "I don't know what to do with you," Henry's father said. And Henry looked sad. Then Mudge wagged his tail and licked Henry's hand and shook the water from his big wet furry body all over Henry and his father. "Mudge!" Henry yelled. Henry's father stood there with a muddy face and muddy shoes and mud all the way in between. He looked at Mudge and he looked at Henry and then he looked at the big puddle. What do you think is going to happen? What do you predict will happen next? You think so? And then he smiled. "Wow," he said, and he jumped in. He splashed water on Mudge and he splashed water on Henry. He said, "Next time, ask me to come along." Henry said, "Sure, Dad." And Henry splashed him back. Did you think that Dad was going to jump in the puddle too? No, you did? You guys are so smart. All right, on Monday we'll read The Kittens. All right, get ready for our Zoom. Remember, you need to bring those special items that we talked about yesterday to our Zoom meeting today so we can make our special craft. Paper and scissors and glue and some stickers if you have them, anything you want to put on your card. All right, shh, don't tell Mom and Dad. All right, I'll see you soon.